Shalom Israel first. I'm going to need one praise going on to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakodash. I want to see Apostle Oscar Millstone. Peace citation from the of Israel. And for this lesson, I want to title it, The Lord Got to Come Back. Alright, now that's evident, but I was scrolling on Instagram and I seen this. It says 70% of the world's clothing is now made of polyester. Made from polyester. Polyester is a synthetic plastic derived from petroleum, a known carcinogen. Alright, and mind you, there's so many alternatives you could be using that are not even less, but that are, safer, for lack of better words, and non-detrimental to your health. But Esau wants to pick the worst possible shit you could use and wants to give it to you. Alright? This goes to show you how fucking demonic this nigga is. Alright? But, he's doing his job as the devil, so, as Elder Apostle Torah says, give him a hand. I give him his applaud. But just know, in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have no fucking polyester garments. Alright? Out here fucking, shit got PFAs and, bro, derived from petrol, a known carcinogen. And carcinogens cause cancer. Alright? Hence why all these fucking diseases, sicknesses, and illnesses are popping out of the woodworks. Because look who's behind all this shit. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And you can't, there's no denying it. He's the one that literally backs all this shit up. If something like, for example, pollution, right? Pollution is permitted to a certain degree, right? And there's so many, like, plastic. Who invented plastic? Why is that even a thing? Oh, well, it's safer. No, like, bro, this shit is terrible. That shit don't even break down. That shit causes cancer, and it's literally fucking everywhere. You think you getting some clean water, right? The whole time your water has fucking PFAs in that shit, and that shit lowers your testosterone. I'm pretty sure it spikes your estrogen, not your estrogen, but it has high levels of estrogen in it. So fucking everything is tainted, bro. And this is why the Lord got to come back and take this nigga down. All right, because if not, then let's get that scripture. I like this, the eastward. Let's go to Matthew 24. If the Lord ain't shorten the days, no flesh will be saved. Matthew 24 and 22. And it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And ultimately, it's gonna get worse. Tribulation, Jacob's trouble. It's gonna look bad out here. All right, but even then, you got all the bullshit, the pollution that's going on. I believe I saw a post, by this one doctor named Dr. Eric Berg, and he basically talked about how, like, children, just summing it up, it's like children don't know. I'll just hold it off. I gotta search through the Instagram and shit, but it talks about diabetes in children and whatnot. Like, these shits is not supposed to be normal. As soon as you're out the womb, you getting jabbed up and shit. Like, bro, the list goes on. Even shit that we don't even know about. Like the chemtrails as well. They try to deem you a conspiracy theorist and whatnot, but it came out the fucking devil's mouth that they do it. Even that TED Talk of the Bill Gates interview, we could lower the population by 15-20%, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is what he said, with, you know, jabs and something else. But bro, these niggas got plans to get rid of us, you know, because if you ain't in a little circle, then best believe they want to get rid of your ass. But they really chiefly want the elect of the nation of Israel, because they know what it is. You know, they know that if they get the elect of the nation of Israel, then Israel's doomed. But guess what? It's not written that way. You know, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi outside, the elect will prevail. You know, but you devils gonna fucking lose, bro. But let me go to Revelation. It's lucky, you know. I'm driving right now, but all right, Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who's destroying the earth right now? Esau, Edom. Who been destroying the earth? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. And that's there's no doubt about it. All right, because who's in power right now? You can't say the so-called black man. You can't say the Native American man. You can't say the Mexican man. It's a fucking group of people, the Edomites. All right, getting with fucking Amalek's bitch ass. All right, but it says Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where? It's like, if not, where and who is he? You know, and that's a rhetorical question. Then who is it then? You know, this man did all this fucking wickedness. And he's continuing to do all this wickedness. All right, and that's why this man has to be stopped. And it's gonna be a big celebration when this devil get taken down. All right, let me go to Isaiah 14. I'll start at 3. Isaiah 14:3 says, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest, in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. All right, and that's shit. We in that bondage right now, you know. But there's an expiration date. You know, our punishment is almost up. It's like right there. It says, and thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. This is post-destruction of Babylon. It says, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hinder it. All right, so this man, as it says in Jeremiah, I believe it's 50 or 51, talking about how is the hammer of the earth broken. You know, this fucking devil, he's just a damn bully. All right, but guess who's coming back to take this nigga down? The Lord, Yahweh B'Hashemi Al-Shad. You know, as well as the angels. You know, wreak havoc on this fucking place. It says the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet. They break forth into singing, and there's no quietness here. You know, there's always wars going on. There's always some fuckery going on. You know, new disease this. Small hatters bomb this spot. The small hatters bomb this. The U.S. is over here. You know, it's there's no peace, bro. People talking about, oh yeah, we like, you know, they're talking about the second covenant and whatnot. Like, dude, this second covenant, bro, we would be ruling. Man, fuck all that. You know, so like, I don't want to get off topic. You know, and it's a cut to you know, those that proclaim the small hatters are the real people of Israel, because why is there wars going on? You know, when that's biblical prophecy that, you know, once the true people come back, there's going to be no more wars. All right? But, you know, these people are meatheads. So it says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feather has come up against us. You know, and a feather is one who cuts down trees. And what's going on when this devil fucking came into power? Mass deforestation. You know, basically just chopping trees and shit down. Like, bro, the same trees that you need, you chopping them down. Like, only a devil would do this shit, bro. That's why we cry and we groan for the Lord to come back. Alright, and take this nigga down. This nigga's a cancer, bro. This nigga is a carcinogen. Alright, but it says, since thou art, okay, yeah. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Alright? So, really, you know, these other nations, they're going to be like, damn, like, because, you know, they have a high esteem for Esau, you know, because just look at his infrastructure, look how far he's gone, you know, doing his wickedness. Like, no one thinks this man's going to get taken down, you know? But guess what? The Lord, he's lifting him up just like he did Pharaoh. And guess who's going to take him down? Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. And that's going to be basically a testimony for the Lord's glory. You know, hopefully I said that right. But it's ultimately to glorify the name of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. Alright. But I'm gonna go to Romans 8. Alright, this is Romans 8. And alright, yeah, Romans 8 and might as well start at 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, you know. And yeah, right now we at a low state. We in captivity, you know, we getting, you know, we on the bottom right now, but that's all going to change real soon, you know. Because when the Lord comes back and sets up the kingdom of Israel, it's over, you know. Scripture says in Daniel, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, possess it, even forever, and even, you know, ever, you know, forever and ever. But, you know, basically, Lord willing, probably we're going to be ruling in the kingdom, which is going to be on earth, and it's going to be, and mind you, the earth is going to be rejuvenated, you know, it's going to be refreshed, you know, it's not going to, the earth is not going to get fucking destroyed by a damn meteor, you know, and no one, that's it, that's it, you know, that's Esau's fucking bullshit to try to convince you. That's Esau's lies to try to convince you that he's the only one fit to rule. You know, because hence, look at his history. His history only dates back to what, you know, in his eyes, you know, the textbook, oh, we were ruling on Renaissance. That's the rebirth of when y'all came back into power. You know, read Revelation 20, not 20 verse. Revelation the 20th chapter, you know. But before that, them niggas is, you know, foul as hell. Alright? Yeah, they ruled, you know, the Greeks, the Romans. But other than that, they ain't shit. That was all prophecy. The Lord raised them up. You know? But it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature awaited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. And that's what the earth groans for. That's what the whole creation is waiting for. It's waiting for the elect of the nation of Israel, beginning with Yahweh Shai on down to do, you know, to come and rule the earth. Because Lord willing, like I said, we probably the elect. We're the owners of this place. You know, read in 2nd Ezra, I believe it's the 6th chapter. Let me just get it. I'm parked now. What's up? Second Ezra 6. There you go. Second Ezra 6 and 54. It says, now to these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of whom come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. This proves that there's a chosen lineage, which is the Israelites. This all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, the heathens, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have been ever reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And that's what it is right now. We in the hand of, we in captivity right now. But it's all the Lord's movie at the end of the day. It says, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into the hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, so why was this world created? For our sakes. Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? All right, and we at the end stage of this. The end stage of our captivity. Our captivity is damn near about up. All right, we at the last nanoseconds of Esau Edom's rulership, and once this nigga gets taken down, that's it. He's not ready to come back into power. There's gonna be no rebirth for this nigga. It's just gonna be straight judgment, and then it's gonna be extermination. All right, Obadiah 1 and 18. All right, but let me go back to Romans 8. It says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. And ultimately the Lord programmed us to go off. All right, that's who had to resist his will. So being in these fleshy bodies, we're made to go off. Romans 7. That which I don't want to do, I do. That which I do want to do, I don't do. Roughly paraphrasing. But it says, but this is all the movie of the Lord. All right. It says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. Here's the point, though. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. It says, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. All right, and that's really what it is. We're groaning, we're hasting for the Lord to come back to turn everything right side up, because everything is upside down. Esau had polluted everything. The laws aren't established. This is a living hell. All right, but just wait to the kingdom. All right, that's gonna be nothing but it's gonna be euphoric. All right, it's gonna be total bliss. All right, but I don't really think I gotta say too much more. Point was made. Hopefully, it's well said and edifying. But I want to give all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Al Shai, Bashim, till next time. So.